Hey, awesome faces. So last time on I Love You, Colonel Sanders, I flubbed up. So we have to play the thing again, I think. And she's gonna make him pour some chocolate on top of that to melt it up. And boom, there's stuff there. The part I need to make sure I get right is to internalize my rage. The flames turn your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash as they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer and that small fire. We should get that checked out. It's fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Fill your fryer? Failure is part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've ever failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, and motivated. Well, handsome, sure, but I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight, and lost my innocence when I picked up a firearm and put a bullet in my rival. He survived for a while anyhow. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money could deter me from giving the best I can give. I accidentally double-clicked. Oops. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignited in him, a burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. It's the Spork Monster! Gorgo the Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. Is anyone else feeling a bit of deja vu? I'm sorry, Gorko, but I could have sworn we already battled you last night. That was Borko, my twin, and I, Gorko, am here to avenge them. Are you stronger than Borko? Well, we're twins, so not really. We're pretty much exactly equal in every way. Why do you ask? Colonel Sanders smirks. He's already on the same page as you. It's just that we beat Borko pretty easily, so I don't think you have much of a chance. Not to mention, I feel guilty about it. If I could take it back, I would. I think what Dia's saying is, can't we just be friends? Life is too short for making enemies. I suppose we really don't need to fight. It's just I've got these pointy teeth and claws. All the better for enjoying tasty foods. Surely you like to eat, don't we all? Of course I do. Inspiration strikes and you come up with a quick idea. Chomp on this. You toss a biscuit into Gorko's open mouth and he devours it in one gulp. Delicious. You're much nicer than the evil students who once upon a time turned me into this creature who stands here today. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no, I was a chihuahua, but I was still a student at the school. Until one day some mean kids with a magic spell book cast a dark enchantment on me and I was forever transformed. A magic spell book? Precisely. Borko used to have a copy, but somewhere along the way, I've lost it. If you find the book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and There's big words in this game. If you need me, don't fear, I will be here. It sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life, D. Together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Ooh, personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like. By the sounds of it, you are about to find out. Stepping inside his home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you've lived such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with a right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. I have been working on a new recipe. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. I mean, it's meant to be paired with something spicy or something crispy. Both, maybe? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it a secret? Gotta reveal it. You decide that you're as ready as you'll ever be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping in ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Luxe hideaway. Magnificent! Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but it seems like he's a very sentiment kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize now that would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on them to discover more about the Colonel. Well, obviously it's a chicken. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't realistic. It's real. Taxidermy must be important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." And boop, this must be where he keeps his secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial, 1111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? An adorable little baby boy crawls on the floor. From the goatee to mustache combo he sports, you figure this must be Colonel Sanders. Oh my god. That, or maybe it's a drumstick that he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded, am I right? You open the door to his closet to find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off to try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but is soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in the scent. They say that a home is where the heart is. This is what they meant? Before you can look further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. Aww. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide now's the moment to make a big move. You tell him you're cold. Big move! Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't that kind of game. Not with that we blame you for trying, but still. Ah, balls! Try again. Stupid game! Alright, we're back at his house. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in the lake? Summer of 69? No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's toe fungus! We can't make a big move. Tell the truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dream. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you the pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, D? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. Ah, yes, look, all those chickens floating around. And the ghost of our student. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. You make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders. Only time will tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. To the point of us playing it next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I love your faces. All the chicken. So much chicken. I'm literally gonna get KFC after this. Love your faces. See you in the next one.